Hello, dear farmers. My name is Tionge Kacheche, and as usual, welcome to yet another special episode. I call this a very special episode because this this farm visit marks the last of the Agricoop Awards 2025 farm visits. So today we are visiting Phingiwe Mutenge, popularly known as Phingiwe, the next farmer. She just talk to us about the farming activities happening here at her farm. And Phingiwe is nominated in the category Upcoming Farmer of the Year award, sponsored by ETG Agri Inputs. And I would like to say thank you so much to ETG Agri Inputs for sponsoring and also supporting the Zambian farmer.
This is Agritalk Africa, the podcast that puts farmers first.
So, Phingiwe, thank you so much for welcoming us to your farm. And I must make mention, like I did when I was introducing the episode, you are a very special guest today because this particular episode is the last. It marks the end of the Agricoop Awards farm visitations. Again, I would like to say thank you so much for welcoming us on your farm.
You're welcome, Tionge.
Thank you.
Agricoop. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So now, just tell us a bit. You go by the name Phingiwe, the nurse farmer. So now this is both nursing and farming. How did this come about?
Okay, so I go by the names Phingiwe, the nurse farmer. That's because I'm actually a nurse by profession. Yes, and I started farming after nursing school. So I combined the two, nursing and farming, and I came up with the name Phingiwe, the nurse farmer.
Okay. And then how many years has it been from the time that you started farming?
Well, with poultry farming, we've been doing it for now 9 years. But on the horticulture side, it's only been 3 years now.
Okay. With the inclusion of horticulture and you doing poultry for 9 years, how do you say the development has been?
Well, it has really been a tremendous journey, I must say, because if you see where I started from my mother's background. Yeah, my mother's backyard, it was just a small poultry that could only house maybe 200 beds. Yes, but now we are at capacity of almost 3,000 beds capacity of the poultry. So I must say we've really grown from the time I started.
Okay, amazing. And on the horticulture side, what type of crops are you growing?
So mainly we grow a lot of cabbages, but of late we've also gone into growing of beetroots, onions, and also tomatoes.
Okay. And how is the market like for these crops?
For the cabbages, cabbage is very much marketable even on the open market. So we always go on the open market with the cabbage, but for the beetroot, we've all gone on the contract side. We have a contract for farming beetroots.
And then, interestingly, I feel like running a farm and also working as a nurse must be demanding. How would you say you're balancing that?
Well, I must say I'm getting some help from my partner. I'm not farming alone. I have a very supportive husband. So my husband is fully into farming now. So he takes care of the farm when I'm at work. So on that part, I really get a lot of help from my husband.
And from the time that you started, what would you say are some of the challenges that you've encountered and maybe how you managed to overcome them?
Well, farming has some challenges. I would say disease burden has been some of the challenges. So sometimes you would plant something and disease would come in. And sometimes we've had to get rid of crops before we can harvest because they've been, destroyed by disease. So that's one of the challenges I would mention. And also market price fluctuations has been a challenge for us because many of the times you do your budgeting and you plan something, but by the time you get to the market, it's flooded. So you were calculating that you'd be selling a cabbage at 10 kwacha, for example. Then you find that cabbage is at 3 kwacha. And you did your budget, you put in the fertilizer and all those inputs only to get to the market and make a loss. So market price fluctuations. The other challenge would be maybe on our side, we've had a challenge with water. Because initially we were using an electrical pump, but with the load shedding, we weren't able to irrigate effectively. So we went the solar way. And solar doesn't come cheap. So we try to mitigate that challenge, although we are trying to still get more water. And I think those are the challenges that I would mention for now.
And for working class people like yourself, mostly civil servants, how can you encourage them to successfully take up farming as a business?
So to encourage someone to start farming, I think it starts with interest. Farming is a passion. So it has to start with one person has to be interested in farming first. So when you have the interest, you have the passion, then you can start. Farming is something that it's the passion that will drive you, because like I mentioned, challenges will come. So if the challenge comes, the passion has to override the challenges. Because if you are hit by a challenge and you have no passion, you will not go further. You will stop. So I would encourage those with a passion, start small. Start where you are. Like I said, I started in my mother's backyard. Even at a house where there's a small poultry, start there. A house backyard, start a garden. Try even 50 seedlings of cabbage. See how that does. I know people with farms and their farms are not productive. But here I am, I'm renting this property. And you know what made me to rent was the passion for farming. I didn't have a farm, and there was a farm that was on rent. So I'm renting it, I'm leveraging on this farm to push my passion, my dream for farming further. So anyone can do it. I would encourage civil servants, especially my fellow civil servants, to take up farming now when they still have the energy. Before you are old and retired, try farming. You will never go wrong. And the other thing I would want to encourage civil servants to go into farming is also on the part of having some extra income. Because many other times we complain about our poor salaries in the government, but when you have an extra income coming on the side, that will keep you away from debt. Nkongori. Yes, so I would encourage that civil servants take up farming to have an extra income and also to mitigate challenges before retirement.
Amazing. And also, since you started 9 years ago from your mother's backyard, I believe you were young at the time. And I believe you still are now. You're a youth. What advice would you give to the youths to take up farming as a business, as in seriously, and like you have elaborated, where people think no, they have to take up farming when they're retired, they are old, as a hobby. Like, what word of advice would you give to inspire the youths?
The youths are the target actually for farming, because the old, like I've mentioned, you cannot start farming when you are old. So the youths take up challenge of farming. There's so many organizations right now that are helping startup farmers. One of them I would mention is these seed companies like McKinney Seedlings. Okay, they are into helping young farmers that are upcoming. They have free workshops where young farmers can come and learn for free. Something that you need to go and pay money, you go and learn for free, and you start from there. Those are opportunities that they should take up. Then from there, like I said, starting small, because I know most of them, the issue would be capital. Mostly they'll be saying no capital, but I believe where there's a will, there's always a way. If you have the passion and you can start from where you are, definitely help will come your way. People will see your passion, people will want to invest in you, people would want to work with you, then you can pick it from there. So any youth who is interested in farming can start. Just start by asking those in farming already, how do I go about it? We help them, we tell them how we started, and they pick it from there. Yes.
Now that is quite enlightening. And now I would like to know, what do we see Phingiwe, the next farmer, on the side of the farming business in the next 3 years or up to the 5 years?
Where you see me in 5 years? Hey. We have quite a lot on the table, Mama. So I would just say by the next 5 years, I think I'll be one of the commercial farmers in this country. I think I'll simply put, I'll be one of the.
So Phingiwe, you did mention about poultry, which you started 9 years ago, and you are still doing it. Would like you to just highlight more about that, to tell us how it has been, the market access, and all that.
Okay, so with poultry farming, we are still doing it, but we have also downsized on the numbers because of load shedding. So you see, before we would keep up to a capacity of 2,000 beds at a go, but because of load shedding, the market became difficult. You know, with the no refrigeration facility, we wouldn't sell the way we would sell before. So we had to downsize the number to almost half of that. So we are still into poultry, but we are still also pushing to get bigger contracts in the poultry industry so that we can go back to our numbers. The issue is the market. If we can penetrate through the market, someone that can buy in large quantity, then we can go back to our numbers. But as for now, we've kept the poultry at almost half the numbers that we used to keep before, just to keep the farm running. Yes.
Okay, that is quite enlightening, and I must say thank you so much once again for welcoming us at your farm. And do you have any last words that you'd like to say to the viewers out there?
I just want to say thank you to Agricoop for this great initiative. You know, it's through such awards that farmers like me are recognized and are known, because by you coming here, others will get motivated, will get inspired. Those that want to start farming will also learn from us and how we started. So thank you very much, Agricoop, for what you're doing for us, the farmers, putting us out there, because we need the exposure. If we have to get help, if we have to get those contracts we're talking about, this is the kind of exposure that us farmers did. Please keep it up.
Thank you so much as well. Thank you so much as well for everything that you have said. Agricoop Awards, of course, is here for the farmers, and you have said we are here to actually shine a light on the farmers. There you have it, dear viewers. I was talking to Phingiwe, the next farmer, who is nominated in the category Upcoming Farmer of the Year, category sponsored by ETG Agri-Imports. I would like to say thank you once again to ETG for supporting the Zambian farmer. And also, I would like to say thank you so much, as this marks the last episode that we are having for the Agricoop Awards 2025 farm visits. I would like to appreciate you, the farming community, for having been with us on this journey, as we have moved to highlight, also spotlight the Zambian farmers, to see firsthand their hard work and also their contribution to the agriculture sector and also to the food security of Zambia. I would like to say thank you so much. Please keep it up. And thank you so much also once again for joining us on this journey. Please, we'll see you on the 26th of September at the Golden Peacock Hotel, where we'll have the awards gala, and also we'll have an awards exhibition called the Agricoop Awards exhibition, which we'll have on the 25th of September at Makeni Seedlings. So if you're an Agricoop Awards nominee, please, you're welcome to these two events. I say again, see you there. And this has been Tionge Kacheche. Thank you so much. See you.
This is Agritalk Africa, the podcast that puts farmers first.